Good morning, happy Friday the 10th of September. Hopefully everybody's got their children back at school and everything's back to how it should be. Everyone's getting into a routine. How are you all doing? So, there's an awful lot going on in our lives at the moment, I must say. But it's all right, it's all fine. So where are we today? Today we're talking about 6 steps to take if your small business is running out of money. Now, there's an awful lot of people at the moment who are finding their cash flow really tough, really tough. And there are certain things that we can do to help that. Okay, so when you notice that your bank account is running low, it's really scary. Whether you're scaling up or you're simply just going through a quiet period, it doesn't make any difference. Negative cash flow can really take a significant toll on your financial health of your business, but also on your mental health. Hard times don't really necessarily have to spell the end for your enterprise, however. So looking at what you can do to change things around is really useful. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. So first of all, reevaluating your pricing structure. This is so important. Good morning, Denise. I hope you're well. Reevaluating your pricing structure. Difficult financial times are a sure sign that it's worth reconsidering your pricing structure. Denise, I'm talking to you specifically, and making some changes. It's entirely possible that you are undervaluing your services and selling yourself short. Taking time to consider the value of what you're providing, whether that's a product or a service, and researching your competitors' rates is really key. Of course, your existing customers are not going to be happy if you hike the prices up overnight, but it's fine to charge new customers higher prices and give the existing customers plenty of notice and maybe give them 2 price increases over the next 3 months or something like that so that you can get everybody up to the same level. Secondly is culling your software subscriptions. We all need to do this. I try to do this every 6 months, should do it every 3 months really, but I try to do it every 6 months. Over time, our software subscriptions mount up, and quite a lot of business owners continue paying for software that they're actually not using anymore. I was looking at one of my pieces of software today, or yesterday actually, and going through it, and I was just thinking, can I manage without it? Do I really need it? Am I using it as much as I could be? No, probably not. So therefore, I contacted the software company yesterday and I said, look, I'm sorry, I'm not really using you, so I'm going to have to give you 30 days notice. And they came back to me and said, how about if we drop the price down by 50%? Win. Perfect. So culling your software subscriptions is really important. Reducing your wage. For short-term cash flow issues, taking a smaller wage or taking less out of your drawings, depending on whether you're limited or you're sole trader, can really just help things smooth over just for a little bit. You deserve to get paid, but forgoing a chunk of your salary for a month or 2 might just protect your business bank balance enough to help the cash flow more easily. Going green. Power usage used to be one of the largest costs for small businesses. So cutting down on your energy costs, i.e. installing energy-saving light bulbs, investing in insulating blinds, replacing paper towels and hand dryers, etc. Things like this can all reduce your heating power usage costs. But also going through someone like USwitch, or whatever they're called, or comparison sites to see if you might be able to get a cheaper deal on your power usage. Shortening your payment schedule. This is really key. Many businesses allow their customers and clients to go up to 90 days to pay their invoices. But if your funds are dwindling, then it's time to really reduce this. Really cut it down. Most people these days are not paying by check. They're paying by backs or they're paying by direct debit. If they're paying by direct debit, then you can set it to being 7, 14, 21 days, whatever it is that works for you. If people are paying by backs, then they're going to be paying practically immediately, hopefully, that they get their invoice. But if you don't put on your invoice when it's actually due, I used to do 30 days, and now for the majority of my actual invoices I send out, it's 14 days. But actually, the majority of my clients now pay on a monthly basis. It's a fixed date. It's done. It's dusted. It's by direct debit. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to worry about it. They know that it's an ongoing monthly cost, fixed monthly cost, and that's it. No different than paying anything else that you pay by direct debit. So your cash flow is just as important as your profit to the survival of your business. So if you need to change your payment schedule, then that's what you need to do. Do not depend on a handful of customers. This is such a massive, massive lesson for so many of us. Your loyal customers are hugely important to any small business. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but becoming overly reliant on a small number of customers can put your business at serious risk. If, say, you've got, I don't know, let's just say you've got 10 customers, and one of them is paying a lot more than the other customers. If you lose that client for whatever reason, or that customer for whatever reason, you don't know why, you might lose it, but you might lose it, then are you relying on that one customer for your to keep your small business going, to keep your cash flow going? If you can basically set up your business so that you can nurture your existing clients or customers, then encourage them to spend a bit more, but make sure that your entire organization does not depend on repeat business from one or two sources, because if you do that, then you could quite seriously get into trouble. So in summary, your dwindling bank account is never good news for a small business, but it's not necessarily the death toll. By taking action now, then you can hopefully get your cash flow back up again. So whether it's using any of those particular six steps that I suggested, going through any of those, which of those would work best for you, you should be able to get your business back in the green and then improve your profitability and your cash flow. Any questions about cash flow, about accounts, about tax, about business mentoring, and more importantly than anything else, about Profit First, then please come and ask me. I'm always here to help, and I would love to hear from you. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.